Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited about today's video because I'm finally bringing you my favorite SPFs. I feel like I have been talking about this video for quite some time now. If you don't know, I am a huge believer in SPF. I wear facial SPF every single day, whether I'm quarantined, whether I'm outside, whether I'm stuck in a closet, which never happens, but just to get the point across. I wear SPF. I wear it for the prevention of skin cancer benefits. I wear it for the anti-aging benefits. I wear it as an example to my girls so that they will wear it every day. It is huge. And I get asked a lot, what do you recommend for good skin? How have you kept your skin good? Because I'll be 40 in a couple of months. And I'm telling you, my mom, she didn't force me, but like she bought me SPF, like lotions with SPF in it since late elementary school, and I have stuck with that. So I have worn SPF on my face every day since I was little, really little. So I want to set that same example for my kids, and I totally and 100,000% contribute my skin, other than to genes, because my mama and my grandmama both have really good skin, to wearing SPF every day. So I have compiled my favorite SPFs, and there's a lot of them. And then I have a couple of not so favorite ones that I have in my collection that I wanted to share with you as well. I personally only like to wear physical or mineral SPFs, meaning titanium dioxide or zinc oxide. I don't like to wear too many chemical SPFs. There are some studies showing they're not that great for your skin and your body as a whole, but mainly because they burn my skin. I feel itchy and burning, and it's just not comfortable to wear them. So I stick to physical only SPF. So that's all you're going to see here. I will tell you the percentages of the SPFs as well. There is conflicting thought out there in the world about whether percentages matter. Some people say you have to have a minimum of 5% in both zinc and titanium dioxide for it to be as effective as it states. Some people say it doesn't matter what the percentages are. If the formula says that it's SPF 50, you can have a low percentage. It's how they do the formula. So, you know, you can think what you want, you can believe what you want, because there are so many thoughts out there. I personally like for my sunscreens to have a little bit of a higher, at least above 5. Typically, I try to search for at least 10% on zinc oxide and 5% on titanium. That's just what I found works best for me. I also personally believe 100% that you need to wear sunscreen even if you are staying indoors all day. UVA light is said to penetrate through glass with no problems. So if you are in a house that has windows open at all, whether you're sitting in front of the window or not, I suggest wearing an SPF. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to save my not so favorites to the end, and then I have one body favorite to the end because the majority of these are facial favorites. I'll go ahead and start with the newest one to my collection, and it has completely stolen my heart. This is the First Aid Beauty Weightless Liquid Mineral Sunscreen with zinc oxide, SPF 30. This is fairly new to their collection. I have had it for a few months now. I feel like I ordered it like right when it launched. And then First Aid Beauty actually sent me another one, so I'm so glad to have a backup of this. This is only zinc oxide, and you can hear how liquidy it is. It's a 16.8% zinc oxide, but it is tinted. A lot of people have this misconception that you can't ever get a physical sunscreen that isn't going to give you a white cast, and I highly suggest going for a tinted formula. Pretty much all of these are tinted except a couple that I'll show you, and you'll see that they don't leave a white cast. So it comes in a little dropper like this, and I'm just going to put a little bit of each one so you can get an idea of the color. So that is it. It's very lightweight on the skin. It is so gorgeous. It looks a little luminous right here, but I'm telling you, this dries down pretty matte to me. I don't feel like I have that shiny look on my face at all, which is another kind of misconception for mineral sunscreens, or sunscreens in general, really. I don't feel like once you rub it in and it sets down that it doesn't work that well. I'm going to tell you at the end which ones I think work the best under makeup, and this is definitely going to be one of them. I have really been enjoying this one. Another one that I like most of the time, it's a little bit newer to my collection, the CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen SPF 30. This is zinc oxide 10%, titanium dioxide 5.5%. I don't dislike this sunscreen. It is tinted and it is messy because Chad uses this one too. It's a little bit lighter, and sometimes, like when I first rub it into my skin, I feel like I do get a little bit of a gray cast. Now that does go away, but it is more on the gray pinky side versus the warm tan side that some can be. And a lot of people like that. They don't want to have like an orange face, and I get that. But sometimes I don't want like that gray cast. Now once you put this, you really rub it in, it doesn't give that cast. Like it meshes well with your skin. Now, this is a hydrating sunscreen. It has 3 essential ceramides and niacinamide in it as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a thicker formula. And because you need at least anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of sunscreen to cover your face, using more of a heavier sunscreen can sometimes be a little obnoxious to me because I have to rub it in a whole lot more, or it takes a lot longer to set in. So what I have found is that this is really pretty if I let it set into my skin. So if I have a busy day where I have to get up and go somewhere like right away, and I put my sunscreen on and I need to put my makeup on, this is not the one that I'm going to choose from. I want this to set in for at least 30 minutes before I put my makeup on, just to really sink into my skin, mesh well with my skin. It's just a little too thick for me to go straight in and put makeup on top of it. It is also very luminous when you first apply it, but again, as it sinks in, some of that luminosity is taken away. So that's another reason that I like to wait before I put makeup on. So I do love this one. It's going to be one that I reach for the most though when I have the time or when I'm just not wearing makeup at all. So that's the CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Broad Spectrum. All right, let's go ahead and talk about these 3 that kind of go together because they're from the same brand, and I adore all of them. These are the Colorescience Sunforgettable Total Perfection Face Shield Sunscreens, and I love these sunscreens. I love them for so many reasons. They are SPF 50 PA+++, water resistant for 40 minutes, and they are a zinc oxide 12%. There are 3 different formulas, as you can see. The original is the one that I have used the most because I've gone through 1 or 2 of these already. It is liquidy as well, and it has the same type of dispenser as the First Aid Beauty. And this is the original. So this is the one that I said doesn't really have a tint. Like, it's definitely more on the white side, light pinky side than any of the other tints that I have. But I still feel like when you rub it in, it's not bad. Now, it does leave a little bit of a brighter cast than all the rest because it doesn't have the tint to it. I still can wear this under makeup. I still can wear this by itself. But if I am wearing one by myself and I had to choose, I would choose the bronze. So this is the SPF 50 bronze, and I'm going to put this on the other hand, and you can definitely see a difference in the color. So this is almost like a liquid bronzer, and it looks scary at first, but when you rub it in, it meshes well with the skin. Now, it does bronze it up. You can see the difference. So, you know, if you're super fair, this is not going to be one that you're going to want to wear by itself. But when I'm mixing it with another one of these sunscreens, which you can do if they are all like mineral sunscreens, I love how it adds color and it works for me. Or when I'm super tan, like in the dead of summer, I can wear this by itself. So I love that. And the third one is one that I absolutely love mixing in with all of these. And it is the, let me find it right here, Glow. This is the newest one. They just came out with this year. And it is so pretty. Oh my goodness. It's not glittery or shimmery or anything like that. It does have more, it doesn't have a huge tint, but it has more of a neutral tint than the original. It's not as pink in tone, but it's the finish that this sunscreen leaves on your skin that is so glorious. You see that glow? Oh, it's just so pretty. It's so healthy. So I love to mix a little bit of this in with any of the other sunscreens that I have talked about or am going to talk about, both on the face and the body, if you just want that gorgeous glow. Oh, it's so pretty. I know a lot of sunscreens have started doing this year, but this is the only glow one that I've tried, and I don't need to try anymore because it is so good. Okay, this is the Revision Skincare Intellishade True Physical Broad Spectrum SPF 45. This has a 4.4% titanium dioxide, so it's a little bit less in the titanium, but it's got a 14.4 zinc oxide. So the Intellishade from Revision is, the original is a chemical-based sunscreen. So this True Physical, obviously, is all mineral. And when I saw this, I snagged it right up. And I've gone through one of these, and I'm halfway done with this. And I had someone ask me on my favorite tints, tinted moisturizer video, why I didn't include this, because they knew that I liked it. And it's because I really truly don't consider this a tinted moisturizer for me. I use it more as an SPF, so it stays down in my skincare downstairs versus up on my vanity. However, this is the go-to summer travel SPF because I do use it as a tinted moisturizer in that case. Today, as my foundation base, I have this, a little bit of the bronze, and a little bit of the glow. I kind of did my own mixology, and that is what I have on as my foundation today. I don't have anything else on because this does have a good amount of coverage to it. This is the color, so I don't find it to be too warm or too cool. I feel like it's pretty neutral, and then when you rub it in, it is a little bit thicker, and when I wear it as a tinted moisturizer, I most certainly use my fingers. I just don't feel like a brush needs to be used with sunscreen personally, but that's just me. And it's pretty. It's skin-like. It lasts a long time on me. It's just very, very, very pretty. So yes, I do love it. I consider it more of a skincare than a tinted moisturizer. However, again, if I am able to go to Florida this summer, that's pretty much all I take. So let's talk about my favorite of all time. Y'all know, Elta MD. UV Elements Broad Spectrum SPF 44. Talked about this in my empties video. Last video, I talked about how Harbin House is having their buy two, get one free Elta MD sale, I believe through the month of May. I hope they don't sell out of this in particular, but I took part of the sale and I bought 3 of them because I don't want to be without this. This is hands down my absolute favorite SPF, facial SPF of all time, by itself, under makeup, it doesn't matter. I have gone through countless tubes of this, countless. I use this far and above more than any of the rest, only because it's almost like an involuntary muscle memory type thing, and I just pick it up every day. This is the color. This is tinted. Oh, and it is titanium dioxide 5.5, zinc oxide 10%. Oh my goodness, it's so perfect. It's one of those ones that I can put on and I can come straight and do my makeup, or I can wait 30 minutes and it's not going to affect anything. It doesn't leave any kind of gross cast on me. It's just perfect. I don't know what else to say about this. I've talked about it so much. I know a ton of y'all have either gotten it because you've heard me talk about it or love it just because it's amazing and use it as well. But I cannot recommend this enough. It is water resistant 40 minutes and it goes with me everywhere. Every time I travel, it's always in my bag. Now, a lot of people ask, well, I know you think sunscreen is so important. How do you reapply it throughout the day? And I'm going to be quite honest. When I'm at home and I know I'm not leaving, I don't reapply my sunscreen. I put it on in the morning, I put my makeup on, and then I go on throughout my day. However, I do have one of these in my purse and probably in my bathroom up here. I probably have 6 of these total. And it is the Colorescience Sun Forgettable Total Protection Brush On Shield. So it is an SPF 50 and it is comprised of 22.5% zinc oxide and 22.5% titanium dioxide. And it is a powder brush on type sunscreen. So this is like one of their mini ones. The regular size is a little bit bigger. So I will keep this in my purse, and if I am out and about and I feel like I'm getting in the sun more than I would regularly get in the sun, then I will reapply this throughout the day. I will brush it all over my face. It does not mess up my makeup. In fact, it actually, I think, makes it look better. And that is how I reapply my sunscreen. I'm not saying I'm getting the same amount of sunscreen as I would if I went in and put the additional 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of the liquid sunscreen back on, but it definitely is better than nothing. So this is what I use to reapply my sunscreen if I'm wearing makeup. If I'm out and about and not wearing makeup, I just reapply my sunscreen. Okay, let me talk about my favorite body sunscreen, and then I'm going to talk about two that I didn't love so much. This is the Beautycounter Countersun Mineral Sunscreen Lotion. I just opened this one up because our pool actually did open this past Saturday, and this is my new one for this year, and I love this sunscreen. I honestly put this like all over my kids. I put it on their face as well. This is a 19% zinc oxide sunscreen, huge bottle. And this is white, okay? And some people are like, oh, I do not want that white cast. But I'm telling you, like, you rub it in, it looks like it's gonna have a white cast. You keep rubbing it in, it smells amazing. And it doesn't have a white cast, but it has a really pretty, very subtle sheen to it. In fact, the first time, not the first time, but I guess the first time my youngest, who is now 7, put it on, I put it on her face. She looked in the mirror and she was like, oh, I look like I have makeup on because she had this such beautiful, like, luminous glow. It smells good. It works. My kids don't get burnt using this. I don't get burnt using this. I love it. They also have a spray, which I use sometimes, but I think I prefer the lotion more than anything. So that is, how big is that? 6.7 fluid ounces. So a good size container of that, and hands down my favorite for the body. Now I'm going to talk about two that I didn't love so much. And this first one that I'm going to talk about is kind of a love-hate. I just don't like it under makeup. And it's the Sente Invisible Shield Full Physical Tinted Broad Spectrum SPF 52 Sunscreen. It has 5.75 titanium and 11.15 zinc oxide. So Sente is a medical grade skincare company. I have used some of their serums and moisturizers and love them. And so when I saw this and saw that it was tinted, I jumped on it. So here's the thing with this. It is not a bad sunscreen. It does have more of that like pinkish, cooler tone tint, but it is a tint. I just don't like this under makeup. So if I'm going to wear a sunscreen and I know I'm not going to wear makeup, I will reach for this because I don't want to waste it and I don't think it's bad. And it does give a really pretty finish on the skin. I just don't think it wears well under makeup. I feel like every time I try to apply makeup on top of this, it pills and it flakes off. And I don't know if it's the makeup flaking off or the SPF flaking off or what, but it's just something does not work well with this under makeup for me. I know a lot of people love this and they probably wear it under makeup successfully every day, but for me, it just did not work. But again, it's a love-hate because I do like this by itself. It's really pretty. It's got a really pretty sheen to it. It works really well. It's got great ingredients, skincare ingredients in there as well as the SPF. So I'm not saying it's awful. It's just not my favorite under makeup. I try to reach for it as much as I can when I'm not wearing makeup. This one, I have to say, is just not good for one main reason. And it is the Skinbetter Science Sunbetter Advanced Mineral Protection SPF 68 Sunscreen Compact. It is 8.4 titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, 10%. Here's what I don't like about this. So what it is, the compact, you twist it, open it, it has a little sponge in it, and then you open the compact and that is your SPF. There is absolutely no way that I will be able to apply enough of this compacted SPF to equal a quarter to a half teaspoon of these liquid SPFs that I use. There's just no way. So I will not ever wear this as my only SPF. Now I'm gonna kind of take some on the back of my hand so you can see. So you can see it has a tint to it, right? I mean, I can see it, hopefully you can. And I'm not saying it's not pretty on the skin because it actually is. It gives almost a makeup effect when you apply it on the skin. But I would have to put so much of this on to get the actual SPF that they are claiming. It just isn't possible for me. So I'm not going to say, oh, this is the worst ever, but I am going to say I do not use this for SPF. If I am not wearing makeup one day and I use an SPF and I'm like, oh, you can still see a little bit more of my redness than I want, I will go over it with this just around my redness, but I'm not counting it as an SPF. It's almost just like a concealer with a little bit of an added benefit, but I most definitely will have an SPF under it. So I've had a lot of people ask me about this, and I just wanted to let you know that I cannot recommend it as a sole SPF, but if you want something because you don't wear makeup to give a little bit more coverage and a little bit of an added bonus protection that has skincare ingredients as well, this is great, and that's how I use it. But I just can't recommend it as the only SPF that you wear. Quick, my favorites by far under makeup are the First Aid Beauty, the Elta MD, and any of the Colorescience. By far my favorite under makeup. So if you wanted to narrow it down by that, those are the three that I would suggest. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. It was helpful in some way. I will list, of course, all of the sunscreens that I have talked about down in the description box below. Some of them have coupon codes that go with them, so I will list those as well as everything that is on my face today. This is more of like a low-key summertime look for me, so it's really not hard at all and not a lot, but I will list it all the same. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope that you are all staying happy and healthy and sane, and most of all that you go out and have a very blessed day.